Girl meets triangle. Did Maya finally find out who she really is in this episode? Did Lucas finally pick a girl? Was Riley finally not annoying in an episode for once? Let's go ahead and discuss all of that right now. What's going on, YouTube? So the episode starts off with every one of the girls crying because it's Breakup Monday. Because that's a thing on Disney, apparently. Jesus Christ, man. I also found it funny that Riley was accusing other girls of being on the dramatic side. Oh, the irony. Now granted, these girls were acting extremely dramatic, even by Riley's standards. So Maya and Riley meet this girl called Sage in the girls' bathroom, and she's prepping them on what high school is really like. And she tells them that love doesn't last long, about a week to be exact. And she tells them that everyone loves to have their full week of drama until the next party, aka next guy. Now I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to mean, but just like everything else in the show, it was said for a reason. So put on your foreshadowing caps and let me know what you think she might have meant by that. So these other two girls, who are clearly meant to be seen as another version of Maya and Riley, are fighting in the bathroom, and they just ended their friendship over a boy that they both liked. Could this spell doom for Maya and Riley? Of course not. This is Disney. They'll be friends forever. So Farkle tells everyone that someone is gonna get hurt, but if you're not gonna be honest, then everyone will get hurt. I've been preaching that since like Girl Meets the New Year, which is probably not the best episode to mention while giving you props, but right on, Farkle. A decision needs to be made soon, or everybody is gonna walk away heartbroken. So here comes probably one of the most talked about scenes in the episode. People are interpreting this in all kinds of different ways. I'm not gonna get into all of that in this video, but the art teacher is concerned about Maya because of the drawing that she did in art class, which I don't know what his damn problem is. That's the best purple splash painting I've ever seen in my life. Like, seriously, if you can't spot a great artist when you see one, why are you an art teacher? It's embarrassing. But anyways, the art teacher calls her painting incomplete because he doesn't know what she's trying to say with her drawing, which leaves Maya very confused and questioning herself, while Riley is trying to assure her that, well, actually, I forgot what the hell Riley said in this scene. So Maya tells Riley they need to figure out this whole Lucas thing. And Riley tells her to forget about that because they need to figure out this whole Maya thing. Maya tells her that she's the same Maya that she's always been. And Riley is not buying it. She tells her that the real Maya wouldn't take anything from anybody. I mean, what did you want her to do, Riley? Kick her art teacher in the for disrespecting her painting? So Maya keeps switching the subject back to Lucas, and it's clearly bothering her. And she thinks that everyone should have a say in the decision, not just them. And I couldn't agree more, Maya. But unfortunately, Lucas is a boy, so you know how that goes. So here is the out of text rumor that I told you guys about months ago. Riley does say that she's going to take Lucas and Lucas is hers, but she's doing it to provoke a response out of Maya. But Maya just sits there with this lost look on her face as Riley says if she wants Lucas, she's gonna have to take him from her. And I really think she meant that statement, just by the way she said it. And here comes the other out of text rumor that I said months ago. Zay does say that he would pick Riley because he likes Riley and he would be happy with Riley. But he also says he would choose Maya for the same reasons he gave Riley. Gee. Thanks for nothing, Zay. And here comes the famous jelly bean scene. Who would have thought that this exact same scene would be played out in another show just like Boy Meets World like 10 plus years later? Can we just take a moment to appreciate how awesome that is? So of course they go back and forth putting the jelly beans on both Riley and Maya's side, just like they did Topanga and Lauren on Boy Meets World. Now here comes a very interesting difference in those those two scenes though. And trust me, I took notice. So if you recall in Boy Meets World, Corey went back and forth saying what he liked about both girls, and it ended in a tie, just like it did with Maya and Riley with Lucas. But then Corey put the whole rest of the beans on Topanga's side and says that he could never live without her, and it's no contest. It looked like Lucas was about to do the same thing with Maya and Riley, and then the twist happens. The one huge difference between this scene and the Boy Meets World scene, after Lucas says it's always been Riley because of how she fell on him on the subway, he then points out that it was Maya that pushed her, and he puts the other stack of jelly beans on Maya's side to even up the score yet again. This did not happen on Boy Meets World. On Boy Meets World, he picked Topanga in that scene, and that was the end of it. So that was the one big twist and difference in this scene. So Riley takes Maya to Corey and Topanga in order to try to get them to fix Maya. And you know, I find it sort of odd that Riley added Maya getting good grades as some sort of problem that needs to be fixed. But anyways, so then Katie makes an appearance. And although she was kind of funny in this scene, I didn't like how they tried to portray her as a bad mom that isn't really needed, because Maya has Corey and Topanga now. I mean, when Topanga tells Katie she needs to be a strong parent, Katie just laughs at herself, as if the thought of her being a strong parent is laugh-worthy. I didn't like that at all. So Riley tells Maya that Maya has become like her, but Maya isn't convinced, and she asks Riley what's wrong with them both liking the same guy. And Riley asks in a very smug voice,
"Do we?"
"Okay, Riley, you know, I'm just about done with you." So the episode ends with the art teacher apologizing to Maya. Smart move, buddy. And he says her painting is absolutely saying something, and she hasn't lost her voice. She's screaming. Probably because nobody is listening to her. Not Riley, not Corey, not Topanga. Everyone is trying to convince her that she's not who she is. And I thought that was the most important line in the entire episode, because I think it just confirmed that Maya is still Maya, and her thoughts and feelings are still her thoughts and feelings. Because she drew a purple cat too, just like Riley, but it was a completely different kind of purple cat. I can see why most of the audience thought that Maya was turning into Riley, but if you really paid close attention to this episode, you will see that that's not the case. At least in my very humble yet obviously right opinion. So of course the episode ends with the biggest middle finger ever, with Lucas saying that he made his decision, without him actually making his decision. At least not in this episode. So overall, I have to be honest, when I saw this episode for the first time, I downright hated it. I thought it was one of the dumbest things that I have ever seen. But the second time I watched it, I still didn't particularly love it, but at least now I'm more convinced that there's definitely more to this storyline, and they're not gonna go the route of Maya not actually liking Lucas, at least not in the long run. They might play around with that in the short term, even though I still think this storyline is pretty stupid. But overall, this episode was okay. There's definitely some deeper meaning behind all of this that the casual viewer probably won't pick up on. So I guess I can kind of appreciate that aspect of it. So I would probably give this episode a 6.5 out of 10. Not good, not terrible, but it was alright. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section below. And if you haven't already signed a petition to move Girl Meets World to Freeform, the link to that will be in the description box. But I'm done talking. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. But as always, until next time.